Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, a warm welcome to you as well. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a little situation that happened when Ryan and I went to Jamaica. So if you haven't watched the last couple videos that we posted, it is basically about us surprising our family back home on Mother's Day weekend. We had some issues with Jetblue. Yeah. And then after having issues with Jetblue and talking about it with other people, I'm kind of realizing that we are not the only one that have this issue. So basically, when we had planned everything, we planned that, you know what, when we arrive, we want to have a car available. So we did go ahead and book a car through JetBlue. It was called Paisley. That's the place or the website that we use to book the vehicle. But as I said in my video, that you go through Paisley, but I think you have different car services that may be working with them. So for example, Island Route, Sixth, or Avis. Anyways, that is not the point. So so basically, when it got closer to the time for us to leave, my mom partner died. So he died suddenly in a car accident. And because she was going through it, like I was like, okay, I'm not gonna tell her that I'm coming because I still want it to be a surprise and something, uplifting for her. So instead, we decided to just fly in a day earlier. So I called JetBlue and I was on the phone with the lady and I was talking to her, hey, instead of leaving on this day, my partner and I want to leave on that day. And she was like, yeah, that's okay. All you have to do is just pay $100 for both of you. So Ryan and I was okay with that. But we also didn't want the issue of having issues with her rental. So we spoke to her about, is there going to be problems with the rental car because we're going to arrive a day earlier? Are we going to be able to get the car? She's like, oh, it should not be a problem. She even walked us through getting the car and getting the day back to return. So I'm taking so long to get to the point, right? Anyways, we went through that process of changing and arriving a day earlier. When we were at the airport, the agent that was like checking us in and everything, he was like, and I was like, is there an issue? He said no. And you kind of let that slide. He did work out something to where Ryan and I was able to sit together, it made us happy. And you'll see, all of that in that video that we posted. It made us really happy. So fast forward to the trip. We completed our time. Everything was fun and it was time to come back home. So Ryan and we got in our car, our little rental car, and we headed to Sangsters International Airport, drop off the car, and then we headed into the airport. Everything was going so fast and we forgot to check in online. And we decided, we're going to go to the airport early. We can just check in there. So go down there trying to use the kiosk. It's like saying that we are too early for our flight or something like that. So the agent was like, no, the machine does that sometime. You just have to check in at the counter. So went to the counter and the girl is like, she got a... And I was like, is there a problem? And she's like, well, Missy uno name, but uno na a seat. It looked like you cancel your flight. I was like, what? She's like, uno cancel on a flight. Me say, me? Me say, oh, me fi cancel my flight. Me need to go back home. Me have work tomorrow. What do you mean me cancel my flight? So she's like, yeah, it look like uno cancel on the flight. So me like, no, ma'am, me never cancel the flight. So Ryan was trying to get me to calm down because I was kind of like, and I was just, it's not their fault at the check-in, it's not their fault. But the girl that I spoke to on the phone looked like she canceled the flight for some reason. So I was there trying to see how best we can work this out. Mind you, I must say, like, customer service at the airport in Jamaica need to do way better because the way the agent was dealing with me, I don't think it came off helpful. And then speaking to another agent, it's like things were not across the board, because it took another agent to come and be like, yeah, why you not just make them call whatever serve client services. And normally you would think they would use their phone and call client services. Nope. The girl give me the number. And at this point I'm like, I'm going to be charged for this call, but we really need to sort this out, because we need to go back home. So anyways, we called the client services number, and the girl spoke to the person on the phone, and the person said, there's nothing they can do. Like, and the flight was going to leave in like an hour and a half. Like, they're going to start boarding in an hour and a half. So the girl was like, the counter close at this time, so you guys need to know what you're going to do, and da da da. And the way everything was playing out, it was like it's our fault. And that kind of break my heart. Like, it really break my heart, because it's like the way they were dealing with the situation was not even that. It's not like she was friendly or calm about it. It was like, look here, this is the situation, and you need to tell me what I do. So we ended up purchasing a ticket, and we purchased a ticket and went upstairs, and the other girl that was trying to be nice and help us and everything, which she was, I'm not saying she's trying, she was being very nice. We explained to her, we had to buy a ticket because we have to leave. So she's like, try to call JetBlue, they will reimburse you back for it, because it's not your fault. Well, I came over and I called JetBlue immediately the day I came over. I called them, and the person on the phone was not very nice. Like, the guy was not even, like, he was in a mood like, it is what it is. And I'm trying to explain the situation, like, hey, I would not cancel my flight. Like, that is what I'm trying to explain to you. Why would I pay an extra $200 after we bought two-way tickets to come back over, to pay an extra $100 to cancel my flight to come back? Like, I get it, people may do that in an emergency, but I did not do that. So I'm trying to talk to them about it, and the guy was just not really having it. He was not really listening. And then he's like, well, I don't see any notes on the account to why it canceled or anything like that. So because I wasn't going anywhere with him, I ended up hanging up and calling again to see if I could get a different customer service person to see how best I can work this out. Because that is me losing. I lost the flight, the flight, the money for the return flight. And then also at the airport, I had to pay for a suitcase, although I paid for a suitcase in the previous booking, right? So, anywho, when I called and I got the new agent, she was like, oh, I'm really, really sorry that this is the case and whatever. And she was like, oh, you guys had paid for the seating, so we're going to reimburse you the seating that you did not use, and we're going to also reimburse you for the luggage. So she was kind enough to do that. The first agent was not. Like, he wasn't even wanting to listen to my story or my complaint. He was more of, oh, you can go on JetBlue and just write out what issues you had with the whole situation. Like, he's saying I should go and make a complaint. I'm like, it's not really a complaint. I want my money back, because y'all cancel it and then you're going to talk about complaint. It's not a complaint. I need to be reimbursed for the flight that you guys went ahead and canceled and caused me to buy another ticket at the airport. I think that is so unfair. And if the girl had, like, if she didn't know how to do it and she ended up like doing something and causing the flight to cancel, like however she did what she did. Oh yeah, this is another thing before I forget. While I was talking to the second agent, you know what she told me? The agent turned the ticket into a one-way ticket. A one-way ticket for a country I do not live in. It is my home place, yes. because I was born there, raised there, everything. But I no longer live there. I have my citizenship in the United States. So she turned it into a one way. And if you know, sometimes when you go to Jamaica on a one way, they can turn you back. Me no know how we got through, but they can turn you back. And also the confirmation, when I called her and made the changes, and I even went over the confirmation about returning date and flight and everything, she confirmed everything, because she even helped us to write. She even helped us with the car rental and everything, to make sure say we'll be able to get the car on the day that we are going, and to when to return it and everything. So it was very weird for the agent to tell me that, that is the situation. Basically, she turned our ticket into a one-way ticket, instead of just letting us fly in a day earlier. I mean, I know who tell her to do that. Why would you do that? And based on that, I was kind of angry about the situation, because I was like, if you don't know how to do something and you made an error, correct it before. Don't just let it go, because this costs people money. And not everybody is going to have that money to buy a ticket just to come over, And it kind of did frustrate me, because I'm like, okay, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, they're going to be cool. They're going to be normal about it, because it was a mistake on their part. And they weren't. Because I went back to my confirmation on the day when I spoke to the agent about flying in a day earlier. My confirmation had both the day I'm departing and the day I'm returning. It had my confirmation for my flights. When I came back over here and called Jetblue and let them know, then if she turned this ticket in a one way, why didn't I receive a confirmation on that day when she said I turned it into a one way? Why did I receive both confirmations? They couldn't answer that. Yet still, after I hung up the phone with them, 2 hours after, I'm getting an email with the confirmation for the one-way flight. The email with the confirmation for the one-way flight, after me already come back, for just say they sent it. And I think that is very unfair. That is very, very unfair, because I think they're trying to keep a paper trail, but emails are time-stamped. So what are you trying to do? Like, emails are time-stamped. So if you sent me a confirmation of my depart and my return day, and then after I file a complaint days after, you're going to send me the email that you supposedly, patois just a come out. You're going to send me an email that you were supposed to send days ago, before me even take a flight. Because if I had received that flight, that confirmation, of course I would call her and be like, ma'am, why is this? Because that is not what I booked. I just wanted to fly in a day earlier. I even paid $200. You cancel my whole flight. Then you're going to talk to me about travel bank. Oh, the money is in travel bank. Like, no, me no want no money in a no travel bank. And then also, guess how much money in a travel bank? I paid over $400 for our flights, which is good, by the way. But I paid over $400 for our flight. $60. No, $60 for me, and then something, I think some money for Ryan. So 2 different travel bank, but it come up to $121. $400, $121. Because what they did was turn the flight into a one way and then basically send the difference into travel bank. That don't make no sense. Me never want to know over travel. And then right now, I'm having an issue because I'm going through my bank. And that is why, guys, book with a credit card. Book anywhere you're flying to. Do not book with no debit card. Book with a credit card. Because you can file your complaint through your credit card if you don't get what you purchased. Which in my case, I did not get my purchase because somebody just went ahead and canceled it. You know, and it kind of frustrated me because then I started to talk to my cousin that works in the hotel industry, and she was letting me know that like she worked in the excursion part of it, and she's letting me know that yeah, sometimes when them book them JetBlue vacation and the people them ready for go home, they have these issues with JetBlue vacations. People can't go home. And I did not know that this was an issue until it happened to me. And then I started to talk to people about it. And then other people are like, yeah, this has happened. Like when I'm ready to go back home, there's no seat for me. So my whole process is going through my bank to see if I can get this rectified, because to me, like, I paid $400 and some dollars, plus I paid $200 to change our flight to fly a day earlier, and then I had to go ahead and pay for a flight to leave the country. And then I think about it and I'm like, suppose JetBlue never have no seat for put weapon and we have work the next day. You know, like, and everybody can miss work. And then everybody can just be like, oh, you know, one more day on the island. Yes, I would love to stay there one extra day, but I have work. And that is the inconvenience that I'm talking about. Like, that could have been the case. Obviously, they had seats, so we were able to come over on the day, but think about it. I know that people have been in worse situations too. Like, imagine if we had a big family and all of that, and we had to pay for multiple tickets because you went ahead and canceled. Like, come on. And this is the issue, although I'm going off topic. This is the issue I'm having with customer service, because I get it that you may be at home because sometimes you call them, you hear dog a bark or you hear baby crying and all of these things. If you are taking work from home jobs and you don't know how to do certain things, I think, in my mind, I don't know how this world work, but I think there's supposed to be like support there for you if you don't know how to do something. Because in this case, obviously, maybe she didn't know how to do something and the mistake was made and it cost me the customer, you know. And it is just it was sad all the way around. And even though my bank is still investigating it, I have to be sending all these emails that I receive, like the day I purchased, the confirmation I received after I made the change to arrive a day early, with both of the confirmations of the day, to, you know, both of the flights to go and to come back. And then also the email they sent the day after I came over, and then I was talking to them about it on the phone, and they're going to send me the email to say, oh, this is what you purchased and this is your confirmation. Where was that email the day I made the change? You get what I'm saying? So it's just sad all the way around. And I hope that JetBlue get better with it, because if more than one people have this issue, honestly, I need to go back to the other airlines that I normally take to go back to Jamaica, because I've never had this issue before. And I've flown with Southwest to Jamaica, I've flown with American Airlines to Jamaica, and I've never had this issue before. But I will keep you posted, because the bank is still investigating it. I received the emails and stuff that they're still investigating it, and I'll see how everything goes. If they decide that they're not going to clear it off or whatever, then, you know, I'm going to end up paying it. But at the same time, it will leave a bad taste in my mouth if I have to fly back with JetBlue, or, you know, I don't think I want to give them my services because of that situation that happened. But yeah, that is how I'm going to end the video. Thank you so much for listening to my little rant. I have not made a video in a long time, but guys, I'm working on my podcast and I'm excited because I'm trying to turn it not into a hobby like my YouTube and stuff. I'm trying to go and venture out into actually doing this thing. So yeah, I'm working on all of that. So yeah, thank you guys so much again for watching. I really appreciate all the views and all the comments and all the lovely message that you guys always send me on Instagram. I really appreciate that. So yeah, thank you so much. And guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.